Hey gamers, what's up? Okay, so here's a little tour of the store after we got everything moved in and we were kind of shifting everything around, trying to make it fit as best we could. Still had a lot to do at this point. It doesn't look like it, but a bunch of little things add up and it's a whole lot of work. That's all the stuff behind the counter. I really like this storefront and how we did it because everything seems a lot more accessible to the customer. Now this is kind of cool. This is actually the Gamers Haven sign that we hung in front of the booth at the flea market when I very first opened up in 1999. That was just on some crappy old poster board stuff that my friend Bill drew the letters on, and then we colored it in with marker. And then that's from my actual first real sign. It used to say Gamers, and then it had that diamond with the dragon, then it said Haven. And then that's the Haven Games sign that we had made. Actually, Danny airbrushed that for us when I was moving to my first retail location at City Center. And he went ahead and painted that so people could see that I was coming. We picked the name Haven Games because Gamers Haven was already taken. I couldn't file for the LLC, so I had to pick something new on the spot. The funny thing is, I went away from Haven Games because no one could read the word Haven, and that's when I went to Level 1 Games. We did that sign for the first Tuttle location. And now you're about to see a little footage I shot for a little tour right before I opened. Alright, so this is pretty much the finished product, so let's go on a little tour. Got all your PS2, PS3 stuff. Then over here we have all the Famicom carts, and then PlayStation, and then to the left of that Saturn, and actually to the left of that behind this green curtain is Dreamcast and Sega CD, but that's covered up right now because I have the windows blocked off. We have the big TV with the testing station right below it. Then this is where we do all our pricing and everything. Behind the counter, 360, Xbox, Wii and GameCube. Over here we have all of our Sega Genesis and then extra controllers, memory cards, and all that. And then up above that on that TV we're going to do just basic testing and displaying of consoles. Back there behind the counter, just all the normal odds and ends, vintage consoles, Turtle Beach headsets, 360 headsets, Bluetooth headsets for PS3, controllers for everything, just everything you need back there. And then all the hard to find games are also back there. And the old Level 1 game sign is up top. And over here I wired the lights inside of this, so it's a pretty cool display case now. And over here we've got Atari 2600. On top of that we have the Sega Master System and Game Gear stuff. Then there's all the ColecoVision and Intellivision and all that in there. We got the old Neo Geo 2-slot cabinet. Here we have all handheld stuff. And behind me here is all DVDs. This is actually the same amount of DVDs we had in the old store, but with them all turned vertical, they take up a lot less space, so we got that. And then this is the custom cartridge display case. I built that just for cartridges, and we're going to fill it up by the time we open. This whole thing is going to be filled with Super Nintendo, and this whole section will be Nintendo, and this whole section will be Nintendo 64, and they'll be stacked all the way pretty much to the top. So that's pretty much it for now. There's the back room too, which I'll also give you a tour of, and yeah, I'm pretty pleased so far. So a little bit of tweaking and a couple more days of this and that, but I'm pretty much ready to open. So here's that tour of the back area. That's the wall we built for the extra storage space. As you can see, we used it. And then this is the actual back room itself. A lot of these cartridges and stuff will be out in the custom display case, but I still don't have room for all of it, so I'll have a good back stock in the meantime.
I was actually pretty pleased. I thought I'd be losing a lot of space, but turns out with these shelves and everything, it really worked out pretty well. Started at the front so we could just walk right in. Here's Danny's mural finished. And I like this open area in the front when the customer walks in. They don't feel like, they're compacted in there and they can't fit. It's nice and roomy. And this is pretty much the same tour that I gave just a moment ago that you saw, but with everything just kind of the way I want it. All the little signs hung. We hung the warranty information in between every section. Got the cases together pretty nicely. I'm really pleased with the way this is. I feel like if the customer looks, they can see anything they're looking for without having to, look all over the place for it. I wanted everything just right out in plain sight. And I think we achieved that. Originally, that custom cartridge case was 8 feet tall, and I realized that was just way too high. I wanted people to be able to see over it. And that's it. Ooh, and if you're still watching, here's an outtake for you. Falling off a ladder and smashing your toe, though funny, is not fun in practice. I do not recommend it to anyone, especially if you plan to work 18-hour days. That sucked.